So today I want to address a question I've been getting about my living situation from friends, family, and people that I know. Currently, I am living out of my car, specifically my Jeep Renegade. So some people that know me, they go, Sam, what the fuck are you doing? They don't understand, a lot of questions, a lot of concern, etc., etc. So I want to break it down real quick. Okay, one is I have to touch on the money situation because that's part of the equation, but I don't believe in trying to talk about money as far as, I make this, I make that. That's, not, the purpose of this video, but it has to be touched on. So currently I make 6 figures a year. Very good salary. Financially, I'm in the best place I've ever been. I've made 6-figure salary for several years, and my financial situation again is great. So I am choosing to live out of my car. Now, also I want to say with compassion that I've also been in a place in my life where I've been in serious debt and struggling, and even though I had nice things, it was a struggle. And I've also been in a position in my life where I've worked minimum wage. So I have a perspective, right, on what money is and the value of it and work, etc. I've worked since I was 16 years old. I've always worked, all right? So I want to be clear on that. So next is, they say, Sam, you make great money, you got all this money, why are you living out of your car? So I'm going to start with 2 reasons, all right? And then I'm going to build from there to put it in context. First is I am content. I am completely content and at peace with my life. I have everything I need, and I'm at peace. The contentness that I have makes me have no desire for more at this point. Second is, I don't give a fuck what other people think. I never have, for the most part, and that's been a blessing in my life. Now, outside of that, what I've come to learn is, because there was a season in my life where I lived in a luxury gated community. I've drove luxury cars, Jaguars, Range Rovers, etc. And so I also don't want to begrudge anyone who was in that season, or they want to experience that in life, because it is an experience to have, and you have to, go through it to understand it. But what I've come to understand through maturing and through experiencing luxury things is less is more. The high maintenance, the cost of those things to maintain them and to keep them is a pain in the ass for me. Now, even if you have the financial capacity to take care of it, to keep up with the maintenance, it's not just do you have the money. It's do you want to spend the time and energy to project manage it? Because even if you can hire contractors to work on your house, even if you can pay lawn services, even if you can drop it off at a luxury dealership and let them work on your car, that project management, a high maintenance, is a pain in the ass for me. If you are trying to keep something that doesn't inspire you, if you have these things just for a status symbol, if you want to pull up to the Hamptons in a Jaguar just to fucking post that shit on Instagram to basically act like, you're the Kardashians or something, and not begrudging anybody that's doing that, because I've done that. I've done different things where I've just wanted to pull up and be the man, and that's a beautiful thing. You should experience it. But what I'm trying to say is, as you mature in life, if for you, and I'm only speaking from my journey, if that is something that doesn't inspire you, waking up every day to have a fancy outfit, and then if you have the fancy outfit, you have to have the fancy car, and then if you have the fancy car, you have to have the fancy home, and it's just this whole mirage, this whole show that you have to almost put up and keep up with other people in society just to prove that you've made it, and you're the person, you're the man, you're the woman, or however you want to, perceive it. That to me is just exhausting. And plus, for the fact that I'm a person that I don't really like to be around a lot of people. So then I get to a point in my life when I don't want to be around a lot of people. What the fuck am I putting up a show for? All right? I'd rather just be, have financial freedom and just do my thing. Be by the beach, not stress about things, live a simple life, and just focus on the things that allow my creativity and my spirit to be free. Those other things, those materialistic things, weigh my spirit down. at this point because they don't inspire me. You know what I mean? It just doesn't do it for me. Now, also in context, I am a single person. I do not have any kids or family, and I don't want any kids or family. Okay, so that also needs to be taken in perspective. But I would say, in my opinion, for those who do have a family or something like that, less is more. Less is more. So if you wanted to live in some type of smaller home, if you wanted to live in a motor home, etc., that's wisdom. Again, if you're going to be in one fixed location for a long period of time, you do have to think about school systems and, over the long term, etc., etc. So you have to make your own decision for you. But what I will say is that you have to be mindful of every purchase that you make in life. Every home, every car, every piece of clothing, every piece of jewelry. You have to really ask yourself, does this inspire my spirit, and will this keep my spirit free? Because materialism can weigh your spirit down. And when your spirit is weighed down and suppressed, your inspiration and your joy for life will get sucked out of you. As you mature in life, at least for me, I want to speak from my perspective. You do what you want to do with your life. You want to buy nice things. You want to have do it. And I've done it. So I want to be clear. But my core message is, from my perspective, is that less is more. And the freer your spirit can be, the more joyful you will be, the more at peace you will be, and you will come to learn contentment. Being content and not having an unquenchable desire for more and more and more will be one of the best gifts. It will be one of the best investments that you make along your journey. And then the final thing I want to share is that, because I always want to put things in context and I don't want to lead people astray, is that yes, different seasons of your life will have different decisions, okay? So you'll be in a certain season of your life and you may want to do this. So give yourself freedom in your mind to change and to grow as you transition into seasons. And I don't want to begrudge you from doing what you want to do. Don't just do what I'm doing because you think it may be something you want. You only should do in life what you want to do. Not what society wants you to do, not what your friends want you to do, not what your family wants you to do. You may get in an argument with some family members if you downsize your life because they can't understand it, because they're living this life of more. And when you change a society, when you change a norm, people resist it because it makes them change and it makes them re-examine their life and what happiness is. So at the end of the day, I close on this. Do not make any life decisions based on what you think society will think or what you think your friends and family will think. Less is more. Contentment is key. Whatever you decide, don't base it on me. Base it on being yourself and thinking for yourself. Stay inspired.